Hey guys, welcome to another edition of the Double Thought Show. In today's show, we'll dive into some drama unfolding in the entertainment industry. First, we'll talk about Tyrese, the multi talented recording artist and actor who fired shots at his ex wife on social media. On social media, guys, accusing her of selling him a dream that shattered right in front of him. Next, we'll talk about the seemingly solid marriage of Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner that is reportedly heading for divorce after 4 years. Will this Hollywood split turn into an ugly fight over money, just like the last topic that we'll discuss on this show, which is Kevin Costner emerging victorious in a child support battle against his estranged wife, Christine Baumgartner? Join us today as we unravel the financial intricacies behind these high profile cases and let us know as well what your answers are to the questions that we have for each topic.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Before we start the topics with the first topic, guys, to everyone who's checking out this show. Remember to like, comment, and of course, share this video with people you think would like it, who like this topic or like this subject we are discussing today. If you haven't subscribed already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We are trying to grow as a community. I'll have to pay child support at a certain point, right? But it is what it is. I mean, guys.
Let's face it, if they took care of business, I'd be out of business. You know what I mean?
And Tyrese isn't handling his business. He will be paying about 11K, 11 racks to his ex-wife the next 13 years. 13 years. And he's already crying.
In
It's
year
gonna
one.
be long 13 years for him. Before we continue, guys, let us know what you think about this topic right in below in the comments. The question we have for this topic is: was Tyrese right for his emotional reaction and him blasting his wife, ex-wife, on social media for finessing him? Let us
Well,
know in the comments.
yeah, because he's claiming that he got finessed. So
Yeah,
let us know,
that's it.
guys.
Yo, dude, it's his own words. Let's take a look. Let's take a look real quick. He's claiming his wife sold him a dream about who she really was. So, what is he claiming? According to him, his wife was portraying a saint, not a money hungry girl before this by blasting uh skeezers in her own words for their money hungry divorces from NBA stars suing them, and he thought he had the right one.
What did she mean with what did she mean by skeezers?
This is a family show. You take you you Google that. You Google that. I'm not gonna sit here and try to demonetize us within 4 minutes. Come on, man. Come on, dude. You gotta set me up. You're trying to set us up. Come on. So
Yeah.
if you don't know what skeezers is, Google it. Urban Dictionary. Anyway, guys, he claims that his wife basically finessed him by playing a character. And then when push came to shove, got a kid out of him, and of course 11 racks a month. Tough, tough, tough. He made a song about it. He made a song. He made a song. Is this song, man? This is a business move. He's trying to monetize his divorce.
Is yeah, because maybe what he's doing is he came up with a song and he transferred the intellectual rights to the ex-wife.
It's like the game. For those who don't know, the game got sued. I think because he stomped a girl or something like that
Hmm.
in the was it because he stopped anyway he got sued and he has to pay the girl that sued him. I think he has to pay all the money, all the proceeds he gets from his music
Wow. Until the money, until the
until she recoups.
yeah.
That's crazy. But maybe this is his way of making sure he doesn't have to eat less for the next 30 years. Bring out a song about divorce every year. Guys, it's crazy because during his divorce in court, he 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 basically sent out a tweet or it was an Instagram story calling people to come to the court and pray with him, hoping that the judge
Come
is
on, man.
God and God will
Come on.
strike down
But why does he always do
his
these kind of things,
enemy.
man? Why
Uh,
does he always why does he always do these kind of things?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Don't ask that question to me because we know where I'm going. If you ask,
That's why I'm asking.
hey, man, he's making the wrong business. Two things. Two things can be true at the same time. He made the wrong business move, and he's now making business moves in order to be able to pay for that
Compensate.
11 racks a month.
Yeah. And with the wrong business move, you're talking right now about him marrying that girl or that woman.
Yeah, that could be considered a wrong business move because he's claiming himself that he got finessed.
Yeah.
So in that case, you got to ask yourself: is the way you're judging or filtering the trash from let me call this the diamonds from the mud or the gold from the mud, the way you're filtering it, you're cleaning it. Maybe it's not the right way.
I
Business
think
wise,
yeah.
RJ,
Yeah.
do you think this is something that as a lawyer, your view as a lawyer,
Yeah.
what do you think about this whole situation?
Well, I think it's difficult. I mean, um, the family law is very complicated because family law has an well, family law is pretty straightforward, but the what makes the situation complicated is you have a person that wants to connect with someone on a emotional level, and you want to build a family. Having a kid or not having a kid, I wouldn't consider it necessarily a business move. uh
For who?
Anybody, it doesn't, I mean, well, let me put it like this. I know what you're
I
doing.
don't know
I know what you're doing now you're trying to
what
set me
you're
up.
saying.
Okay, so
Are you
let me
sure?
rephrase that.
Are you sure?
Let me
Wait,
rephrase that. Let me rephrase that.
hold that thought until the last topic for today, and
Okay.
tell me it's not a business move. Okay, continue.
Yeah. So let me put it like this. I think that many people look for many different things in relationships.
Okay, yeah, that I do
Some
agree.
people, so I understand what you're saying. There's a nuance. Some people will seek the emotional connection, the human connection, to be loved and accepted for who you are, or who that person is. Some people look at it as a transaction. I want to have someone that is rich, that can give me money, that can provide for me, that can set me up for life, etc. And you do have that. And when you get together, the funny thing is, no matter what your intentions are at the beginning, even when two people say, I want to we're doing it out of love, when the baby comes or when you get married, gradually, and or when you get married, certain legal obligations arise. So whether or not that woman was a finesser, as Tyrese claims, she, even if she wasn't and they had a kid, she could claim that same amount of money. If we're talking about child support, not necessarily spousal support, but if we're talking about child support, then yes. Okay. That being said, whether or not, I think that as a man wants to be loved and respected, and when you're popular and have money, you will have women that want you for your money. So I think it's a risk at some point that everyone takes, but I don't think what he's doing now is what he's doing, saying, yeah, she finessed me. No, where's your accountability in this matter, man? KR, if you make a small, if you're running a company and you make a
Mm,
business decision.
let's use the analogy of buying a stock
Okay.
and see
You
what we
buy
got
a
because
stock.
it's easier to
Okay.
translate in an analogy.
Okay. So you buy a stock.
Mhm.
You should
Do your due
do
diligence.
your due diligence to see
Mhm.
how the stock has performed,
Who's the
who
CEO?
the
What is the
CEO
strategy
is,
of the
what's the
CEO?
strategy, all those things. Yeah.
Is the
Before you
abroad?
inv- before you invest. Some people invest because other people are investing. So that's not might not be the right strategy, but some people, and just like to link it back, some people will say, "Oh, she's beautiful, she's beautiful, she's beautiful," and then you'll say, "Oh yeah, she's beautiful. I will," instead of doing the due diligence
Are you
yourself.
referring to Kim Kardashian? Let's continue.
And but it can be that you can invest in a stock after having done your due diligence, and the stock still underperforms, and the value goes down.
Mm.
Will you blame the CEO? Well, maybe the CEO was at fault. Maybe it was there were external factors, whatever the case may be. But you're the one that made that decision, and when you made the decision, you knew what the risks were. Now, unless we're talking about a situation like SFTX, where there was deliberate, or at least, yeah, deliberate mismanagement of money and fraud, then I can understand that you'll be madder. But still, if you had done the due diligence in FTX, you wouldn't have invested. So there, what I want to say is, sometimes you make choices. You try to make calculated choices in life, and I think when you're making a choice, you need to take these things into account, KR. You just need to take into account that the thing might not work out and that there would be financial consequences for you. And it is what it is. Don't, in my opinion,
Yeah.
if the woman really did finesse you, then you should say, I let the woman finesse me. Because if you frame it that way, then
Are
will try to
responsible.
s- you are responsible, and you will try to find out why, and try to,
And not find the next trap again.
yeah. But if you say she was the problem, then when another person comes, you'll make the same exact mistake.
I
And
mean,
if you keep making these mistakes, then it will affect your pockets and it will affect your business. So you would be forced to come out of retirement and sing heartbreak songs, love songs based on your life. So yeah.
yeah, yes, he's saying that it was a love transaction. According to himself, he says the following in the song: 20,000 is some in some child support. We both know just who that money is for. We had our family ties, and you went and cut me loose. And now the baby's wondering why we're not under the same roof. I do
Yeah.
agree with you. I mean, you got it's due diligence. People also change, right?
People change.
People are
KR.
chameleons sometimes. They'll act
KR.
a
Yeah.
certain way. So you have to take this into account into your
Yeah.
assessment of the situation.
Yeah. KR. People change.
People
People will
change.
tell you
Okay.
what you want to hear. I know guys that want to have,
Alto Sims, which one? No.
I know guys that want to have multiple romantic partners, and I know for a fact women that will say yes, I don't mind that, I understand it, and gradually that statement will change into, yeah, well, it depends, I would need to vet the person first, and then it would, and gradually, let's say 3 years in, you're not allowed to even look at someone else. So it's just, but they
No, no,
say
no, 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 no.
what they need to say. They say what they, people are like that. They say what they need to say to get that deal. And once the deal is closed,
Keep the deal open, I would say then. But anyway, never close the deal. Keep your options open. Don't be, don't be, don't close the deal that would put you in the scarcity mindset, because his ex is also responding to these accusations.
yeah,
Yes, yes, yes. The ex is responding. She is saying, I was the problem. Tyrese Gibson's ex-wife admits she was the problem in their relationship amid child support battle.
yeah.
What do you think she refers to as being the problem?
Uh, maybe
Guys,
she's,
let us know in the comments while he's thinking.
yeah.
Let us know in the comments
Maybe,
what you think.
maybe she's saying that she was immature or something.
She says the following: I'm looking back on relationships, y'all, and I see that I was the problem. Why I was the problem? I was the problem because I didn't see me accurately, because I didn't see myself well. I didn't see my value. I didn't see who I was. I didn't see those things.
Mm. That's what we call
Mm.
passive aggressive.
Accepting the bare minimum, not realizing there's a part of you that feels like you only deserve the bare minimum.
Yeah, that's passive aggressive. Definitely.
Oh
Well,
my God. I'm not going into dating thinking I gotta make it work for him. He's the only option in my head. In my experience, that's not true. It's just not. And then she says something about scarcity mindset. She had the scarcity mindset and all that stuff. Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, that's basically it. He's not the only one. He's not
yeah,
my only option. He's the
yeah,
one who can provide me.
yeah. Because and the funny thing is, KR,
But
and the sad thing is, depending on which jurisdiction you are, I don't know which one specifically, but I do know that s- some some jurisdictions, and probably in this case as well, it doesn't matter whose fault it is.
no, that's
The-
called no fault divorce, right?
yeah, so it doesn't matter whose fault it
I think
is.
it's in only 4 states don't have that.
Um,
Let me see.
that's an exception.
Mm.
So it's no, so it's not. So I don't know what the numbers are, but doesn't matter what you think is the or at least who caused the problem. She could have had an affair, and he would still need to pay the child support because the child support is for the child.
Can you repeat that for
The
those
child
who are clean? The
for
ear
the ex-wife. The child support is for the child.
is
It's
for
not.
the child. Why is the child support for the child and it's being transferred to the mom's bank account?
Because if the kid is staying with the mom, then the mom and the kid is a minor, then the mom is has the right to receive the money because you can transfer the money to the kid.
Why not? Percentage wise.
The kid, let's say the kid is 2 years old. What will the kid do with that money? You
You
need
put
someone,
50%
and the
on
kid,
on the mom's account and the 50 other 50% It's called child support,
Yeah,
not
but
mama
yeah,
support.
yeah, no, that's true. But child support, I mean, you have to assume that child support, in order to determine what the amount of in child support is, you need to determine what the needs are of the kid.
Mm.
Of course, we're talking about Hollywood. I mean, Hollywood is always different, so the costs are always higher. This
Mm-hmm.
is so you would the private school, all the things that the kid does. That's the first thing that you would do. After doing that, you would need to see at the so that that's how you determine the need.
Mm.
And maybe the need of the kid is, for example, 20K a or no, let's use the 11K that the Tyrese would need to pay. Let's say
Mm-hmm.
that it's
A
11K.
5-year-old. How do you split that up?
Well, okay, so that's the first thing. So that's the first step. The first step is determining the needs.
Mm-hmm.
Then you would need to, if so, you need to assume that the costs will be split between the two parents. If the parents' income, so what do the parents do? The parents then would need to show what their expenses are. So the parents would need to show, for example, okay, I pay mortgage, I pay this, I pay that. And there are certain things that are considered luxury and other things that are considered necessity.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that is considered luxury is not really doesn't really count. So if Tyrese, for example, earns 20,000 a month, for example, just to mention a number, and he remains with no money at the end of the month because he uses everything. But he has a mortgage of, let's say, 10,000 a month, and he pays food, all those things, and with food, all the basic needs, cars and all those things, he reaches 15. Even if he uses the other five, the remaining five on, let's say, maybe he says, you know, I need to play golf, I need to go to therapy, I need to buy tissues, all the things that he would need, those can be considered uh luxury, at least not unessential
Expense.
costs, expenses. So what the judge will do, so after the judge has after the first part is done, when the needs are determined, the judge will look at both their incomes and expenses of both the parents. And of course, if it's 50-50, and then the cost will be split in two, in which case Tyrese would only need to pay 5.5K, which is half of 11, because it's 50-50.
Mm.
But if the woman, for example, doesn't work, then Tyrese would need to pay 11, the entire 11 in this case. Uh, if they earn the same, but Tyrese, for example, only pays a mortgage of, let's say, 3,000, which means 17,000 remains.
Mm.
And the woman also earns 20, but she has 20,000 in essential costs,
Mm.
then this balance will still be there. So that's how it's calculated. You look at the needs of the kid, the financial needs of the kid, then you look at the income of both parents and expenses,
Mm.
and that way and after that you determine the ratio, and that ratio will be applied to the needs. So if the needs is 11,000, and the ratio is 1 to 1, which means they earn equally, even after extracting the costs, then Tyrese would only need to pay half.
Are you trying to say, and then we close this topic, are you trying to say that it doesn't pay to retire your wife?
It pays to retire your wife. It does
No, because
pay.
if you're covering
No,
all the
it
costs.
does pay to
Oh,
retire
oh
your
yeah, oh,
wife.
like that.
It does pay.
Oh, now okay, yo, I'm like, what the heck are you saying? But it does pay. Okay, guys, take
No,
take a lesson from that one. Take a
so
lesson from that one.
so what I would say is, if you're going to, so I'm, I'm
No
Retiring
advice
your
here. We don't give advice, but
Yeah. So I think so when you say retire your wife, retiring your wife, if you're going to retire your wife, in my opinion, you should have enough income stream in place to really be able to retire her, which means, for example, not only on your salary, I would say, because then
mm,
if you have, for example, passive income.
should you have everything in Bitcoin? So when you break up, she can find it.
No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't.
You
That's
shouldn't
definitely
steal. You
definitely
shouldn't
something that I
steal.
won't that I won't co-sign. I mean, no,
Well, people
you
have
should
been
be
trying
upfront. You
that.
should be upfront. So
Yeah.
that you should be upfront, and retiring your wife. It's I mean, it is considered a noble thing if you can do it. If she's if she's someone that is a team player, always there for you. But if it's a finesser, then
Don't retire her too soon.
don't you retiring. No, don't
Don't
wife her.
well, definitely don't wife her, but
Yeah.
don't give her the retirement papers too soon. Have her play a couple of seasons.
Yeah,
Have a break. I want to say break her back on this. It's a NFL analogy, right? I'm trying to have her play a couple of seasons, put her head in the game, make sure she is sacrificing for the franchise, and then you make her give her the jersey. You hang her jersey up in the rafters, like this is the one.
yeah. And anything can happen. That's the thing about the relationships. Anything can happen. Everything is a risk.
Everything can change. Yes.
Everything can change. There are some women, shout out to Halle Berry, paying their ex-husbands,
Hey, independence.
saying that the system is unfair. I think she's paying 8,000. I think.
She's paying 8 to 1 and 11 to the other.
I mean,
Like, this is crazy. She posted something like, "Women don't owe you anything."
women don't owe men anything. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. It's
I guess she owes.
I guess she's not a woman.
Hey, let's wrap this up. Let's wrap this.
Guys, let us know.
Anything
Answer the no, man. Just can you repeat the question that people need to answer?
Yes, guys. Don't forget to let us know in the comments what you think about this topic. Was Tyrese right by responding that emotional, making a song about his breakup, slandering his baby mama in the song, calling the song Love Transaction? Was he also right for blasting his ex-wife, his the mother of his kid, on social media? Let us know, for finessing, by the way. Let us know in the comments what you think about that.
Yes. Okay, guys. That's it for the second topic. Look, for the first topic, looking forward to hearing your answers. Before we proceed to the second topic, guys, remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Like the video, share with your friends, your families, and your enemies. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Instagram as well at Double Thought Show. And of course, don't forget to comment, answer the questions, and maybe you have your own thoughts and opinions on the matter. So we're curious to hear that one. With that being said, we can proceed to the next segment, KR.
Joe Jonas, one third of the Jonas brothers. Life can change drastically sometimes. Joe Jonas announced in the past week that he's breaking up with his wife, Sophie Turner, after a 4-year marriage. It's over. As you can see in the picture, Joe is differently built. and his wife. Is this something physical? Was this also a finesse?
No, I don't think it was a finesse. At
His
least
wife is an ex. Well, she's still an actor. 27 years old, was a star in
the Game of Thrones.
the Game of Thrones. Redhead. You know what they say about redheads back in the days? I'm talking about early white Middle Ages. I didn't say anything. This is the white Middle Ages. They claim certain things about redheads. I'm not saying anything.
You're saying too much.
Hey, no my words, man. I'm just regurgitating what they claim.
Yeah.
Anyway, I didn't say anything, by the way. You can Google that as well yourself if you don't know what they used to say. So Joe Jonas allegedly caught Sophie, because that's her name, Sophie Turner, on the Ring security cam, doing or saying something that led to the divorce. The couple, as couple caught split, a united decision. There has been PRs going on, PR schemes, videos of her partying all the time. Was she partying all the time? And was she brought home by her bodyguard for the night? And did he listen to back in the days there was this MasterCard spoof video where the guy brought the daughter home and he pressed on accident on the intercom and he was saying, let's get in, let's do it. And then suddenly the father responded to the daughter, go in, I'm trying to sleep, go in together to the room. Was that what happened with Joe Jonas? Was this a MasterCard moment? He caught her or talking trash about him. We'll know soon enough. But before we continue, we also have a question for this topic. We have a great question. Will Joe Jonas' divorce end up in an ugly battle over money? We know Joe has the bag. I'm not sure if Sophie has the bag.
I would think so, right? That she as a star.
According to if I watch Fresh and Fit enough times, there is such thing that's called hypergamy, according to them.
Yeah.
That she choose a man with a bag, a bigger bag, enough of was his bag high enough for him to to be able to watch, to look at her eye to eye.
Did the bag make up for the height? That's what you're asking.
Let us know in the comments what you think. Did the bag had him at eyesight?
Yeah.
RJ, let us know.
Now you're RJ me. What the hell? The RJ me, man.
I'm just asking you to let us know what you think about the topic, man. It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
She's 27.
Yeah.
He's 34. Young love, puppy love. Well, it's not love anymore. It's 4 years.
Yeah. I don't think there's. I don't know what the reason is. According to what we've read, he heard heard her say something on camera or witnessed her say something on camera, and I don't know if he was spying on her, yes or no. But the split is mutual. So if the split is mutual, at least it seems as though
Oh, that's what they always say, right? It's mutual.
yeah, well, maybe the decision is mutual, but we will need to see how the division will go, whether or not that will be an issue. Of course, do they have kids? I think they have like
Mhm.
two
They
two
have
kids,
like
right?
two kids, yeah, I think from the
Yeah.
top of my head.
Yeah. So with kids, child support will definitely play a role. Don't know if they have prenup, because if they do, then they would have, or at least they could have arranged a lot of things. If they didn't, I really don't think they didn't, especially because they're two stars. But if they didn't, then that it can become messy. The only thing that might become messy, I think, is the child support part, if that becomes a problem. And that oftentimes becomes a problem. So we would need to see what happens on that era, on that in that field. But all in all, the I think the fact that they married, they're both stars, they both had money. You said you don't know who has more money, yes or no, but even if there's a difference, the man earned more or the woman earned more, it's still a better situation to be in than the
And
situation that the previous
previous one with
topic we discussed about Tyrese and his ex,
and also the next topic,
and the next topic that we'll discuss, which is Kevin Costner and uh,
Christina Baumgartner.
Christine Baumgartner. So it's definitely a better place to be in. I don't for both of them.
Yeah, because
So
we saw as well, guys. If you don't know, check out our videos. We've talked about prenups and divorces before, uh, with the Tom Brady story, which was a quite a fast divorce
yeah,
because they had everything lined up correctly.
yeah. And they both had money. They both invested in FTX. So there were a lot of things they had in common.
Someone took
And
an L on that one, and it wasn't the wife.
yeah, so it's they both had, and they were both popular before that. And I mean, yeah, it's good. It helps when you have money, that if you have enough money, that you don't feel it. That I heard someone say this, and I was like, I never thought of it like this. If you have enough money that you don't feel, you need to have enough money that you don't feel the the child support you're paying isn't affecting you.
Mm.
So let's say if you're paying 20,000 a month, which is quite common for these celebrities. If you earn every month, for example, 200,000, then that 20 is nothing. You don't feel it, or at least unless you have like a
I
a, a
don't know about
strong
that though.
strong coke or or
Let
gambling addiction. But you shouldn't be able, if you're managing the money,
Are you
living
talking 200,000 a month?
a month. Yeah, yeah,
A month, okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so I'm yeah,
There's a lot of
so
people living check to check as well with
yeah, with
pride.
200,000. Yeah, so that's what I want to say. So it's not only about, that's what I'm saying. It's not only about what you're earning, but also how you're living.
Mm.
It helps as well to live below your means. If you live below your means, then you will feel it less. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, then anything can shake up your reality. It can be a divorce, it can be
An accident in the car,
an accident in a car, it can be something that lets the world stand still for 2 years. A lot of things.
or 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 your side chick blows up your spot.
I mean, a lot of things can happen. Or the husband, the brother of your girlfriend that was married but you didn't know, comes with his three friends, shirtless, uh,
Oh, and now you gotta protect yourself, your brother,
and
and you
use
pull
your
out the
you, your
blicky.
and use your Second Amendment rights.
What's
So
his
it's
name again?
I
I don't
forgot his
know. The guys, Google it.
I forgot his
Rumbo
name.
in the jungle. I'm just kidding.
But yeah, so it's something to So living paycheck to paycheck is always a bad idea. And I think that if you're
Yeah.
not living paycheck to paycheck, then it will be better. So when I heard that, I was like, huh, I never thought of it like that. The reason why it bought because these people earn a lot of money, but the reason why it bothers them, some people don't want to pay a cent. You also have those situations. They have the
Mhm.
money, but they don't want to pay a cent, especially if believe that the other person was the reason why the relationship didn't work out. For example, there was infidelity involved or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But um, yeah, so that's one thing. But a majority of times, the reason why it bothers people is because they feel it in their pockets and their lifetime, their lifestyle they need to take a step
Who?
down.
The one who's not earning
The
the
one who's
money?
paying, the one who's paying,
Uh,
both. Even
Both.
the one that's receiving the money, even the one that's receiving the
That's what they're
money,
scared of usually, right?
even the one that's receiving the money is needs to they will suffer a setback in their lifestyle, even no matter how much money, because being with that person you would have gotten more, and sometimes the more that you would have gotten isn't wouldn't necessarily need to be money, but also connections, also possibilities. For example, you will not be invited to certain parties anymore because you were only invited because you're the wife of that person. So everyone will suffer when there is a divorce or
No
a
more
split.
parties in LA.
Yeah,
No
Travis
more
Rudolph is his name, by the way.
Travis,
Travis.
shout out to Travis, man. He saved his own life.
Yeah, that's another story, guys. Go check it out.
That's
That's
a
a crazy
wild
story.
story.
And
That's a
so,
wild
yeah,
story.
yeah,
But yeah, it's we'll see how that we will keep an eye out here at the Double Thought Show about how this will develop. Will Jonas bite the dust and have to pay a big amount, or did they have a clear cut prenup with all the agreements already discussed?
yeah,
According to online sources, which you should never trust relating to net worths, Joe has about 50 million in assets and Sophie about 12. Oh, wait a second. It says here Joe and Sophie are said to have an ironclad prenup. They said that as well about Tom
yeah.
Brady and uh,
Christine,
not
Christine.
Christine.
Uh,
Um, Tom Brady and Giselle Bündchen.
yeah,
So it seems like they handle their business so they don't end up like the next topic.
yeah.
RJ, do you have anything more to add relating to this story?
No, nothing else to add. Just want to reiterate that, in my opinion, I mean, we need to see what happens. But I think that the fact that these two are both high-profile actors and they both earn money, they're both young, they both have opportunities. They the results, the consequences will be less, or at least it has a potential to be less damaging,
Mm.
financially damaging. What you sometimes have, and I'm already seeing some stories, and I don't want to go into those stories because I don't know if it's if they're rumors or not, and I don't want to split. I don't want to talk about things that aren't confirmed. But what I do want to say is that what can make this situation complicated is if one of them starts talking bad about the other. And what you
Mm.
sometimes see in these cases that people try to seek for pity, especially when a
Sympathy.
sympathy, yeah, especially when a new project is about to launch, either a new album or a new movie, that they will go to a talk show and then talk about, something like that, so people will uh, feel pity for them and root for them and hopefully go buy purchase
The
their
trash music.
the music or go watch their films, etc. So that's all that, yeah. But let's see what will happen. Yes. Well, I mean, yeah. Before we proceed with the last one, and guys, remember to answer the question before we proceed with the next segment, the next story, the last story of the day. Remember, guys, to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Like this video, share it with your friends, your family, and of course your enemies. And don't forget as well, guys, to follow us on our socials at Double Touch Show on Facebook and Instagram. With that being said, KaiR, we can move to the next segment.
He's back. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters. No, it's not Ghostbusters, guys. It's Kevin Costner. We've covered Kevin a couple of times so far. When it started, the crazy battle over child support, spousal support, the wife claiming she can't read or understand. I don't know which one it is, but she claimed that she didn't really understand what was said in the prenup, which said she wouldn't get no spousal support. Then she turned into trying to turn her child support into spousal support or some kind of things like that. Him paying her $1 million to get a new home. It's a cluster F. Everyone is throwing mud to each other. It's a quagmire, guys. We've we don't see that quite often in these levels. Usually, you see that with guys that show up or women that show up in these red pill shows. But usually, if you have the prenup, it doesn't happen. Apparently, it's not the case with Kevin Costner. His wife, initially ex-wife, estranged wife, initially asked for 250,000 a month in child support for 3 children in their teens. 250. The judge said, no, we're going to do for the time being while we're in the process. We're going to give you 130,000, 29 to be exact, a month. She went. Oh, yeah, by the way, she didn't want to leave the home. His home he bought before the marriage. She wanted to, I'm not going to say pressure him, but it was maybe a way to have him to agree to pay that amount. The judge said, you have to leave the home, and as well, you're going to get 130,000 a month. Then she turned around and said, no, I want more. I want 179 or 69 or 61. It was above 160, so it was plus 40,000. The judge went in, looked at her and said,
Are you serious right now, bro? Are you serious right now, bro? Are you serious right now, bro? Are you serious right now?
are you serious right now? And turned around and told her she had to live with 63,000. So she lost about 60,000 in monthly payment. And I'll tell you this, these kids might not be getting the money because she signed a week earlier a lease for a home of 40,000 a month. God save those kids. They're gonna eat spam. Spam and bread. every day. Oh man, I'm not laughing at the situation. But this is crazy. This is how you don't do financials, ladies and gentlemen. You don't bet on things that are not secured yet. So she's paying now. She has a lease for a home of 40,000, and she's getting 63,000.
The kids are gonna eat spam.
This is gonna be crazy.
Vienna
And
sausage.
so,
That's
so
it.
she was claiming. Do you know what she was claiming? According to these articles, I'm gonna show you guys the articles. This is the first article. The
Go on.
articles are not claiming they're gonna eat spam, but the articles are claiming that she said that the kids are used to the lavish lifestyle, and she wanted to provide those kids with the same lavish
The
lifestyle
kids. Yeah.
as before. Yes, with emphasis on the kids.
Yeah.
Why? If let me ask you this, RG. If
Mhm.
you want the kids to have the same lavish lifestyle, why don't you ask the dad if they can stay with the dad 24/7?
Yeah.
Hey. That's the fastest way for them to keep the
Yeah.
same balance. But I guess for the kids, you need the 160.
Yeah. It's a it's a pity because it's like the money that she received or she had a right to receive was double, more or less double. She went to court and got almost half of that child support money, and the ones that will the kids are the ones that will suffer, not not I mean her too, but the kids are the one that will suffer due to her greediness.
I think probably what is also arranged is that the custody might have went to 50-50 now, with that being slashed probably, because
Maybe.
otherwise it
Yeah, I
wouldn't.
don't know. I don't know how the costs were initially determined. Because I can imagine, let's say if we agree on a number, and then you go to court and you say no, the number isn't right. I want a recount. Stop.
Hey, stop the count. Hey, Kevin said, stop the count right
and
now.
and the judge might have said, okay, you want to recount, let's recount according to what the law will, what you have the right to receive based on the law. Maybe that maybe she was betting, so the ex-wife was betting that the result would be higher than what Kevin was paying, and instead the judge reached a lower number. Because if you go and say, yeah, the house is 40,000, the judge will say, yeah, but a 40,000 house isn't necessary
That's
because you
probably
can,
what they said.
yeah. So yeah, because these are my costs, 40,000, and the judge might say, yeah, but 40,000 is your choice.
Yes, on
30,
the screen you guys can see. She
yeah,
moved in a 40,000 home, 4 bedroom and Montecito.
so a 40,000
Um,
bedroom rental home. For, I mean, she could have gotten a better deal.
she could have went to a smaller home.
Yeah. I mean, even a 20, even
Another
a
place.
20,000, even a $20,000 a month home is comfortable. But I understand that it's not the level that she's used to,
Yes.
and that's why she's trying to stay on that level. But she needs to realize that that lifestyle isn't there anymore. So yeah, it's better to be safe than sorry, is how the saying goes.
Be safe then. Sorry, guys. Before we continue, don't forget to let us know in the comments what you think about this topic. Did Kevin Costner win Is this a win for Kevin Costner having to pay 60,000, 63,000 instead of 130 or even up to 161 or 250? Is this a huge win for him in this battle? Or will his wife make a Patriots like comeback? And with Patriots like comeback, I'm referring to the Patriots versus Falcons, where Falcons were ahead by a mile. And in the fourth quarter, it all changed. Let us know in the comments. RJ,
Yes.
do you know that it's still not over? Because according to Christine, she vows to keep up the legal battle against Kevin.
For the kids.
Well, not only for the kids, for herself. Because if this keeps going on, there is also in the prenup, it says that whoever challenges the prenup has to pay for the legal fees. And right now, the legal fees are almost 800K for Costner.
Yeah.
And so imagine this. I don't know how they calculate this. You can tell me more about this as a
Mhm.
lawyer, someone who's known about who's has knowledge about these situations. If, for example, she has to pay that 80K, will they 800K, by the way, not 80K? Will they deduct it from the 63? So that means that she will not receive child support for maybe 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, a
Well,
year?
yeah. So you're discounting it with a child support?
Yes.
No, you can discount it with a child support. Because the child support is for the child. It's not the
Mm.
same thing.
Are you
So
sure?
yeah, because the child support is for the kids.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
You understand my question?
I understand your okay. Uh, on
Okay.
paper, the child support is for the kids. Yeah.
Okay. I,
So,
I
but
understand. I,
but
I
if
I
but
know. I know what you're trying to say.
yeah,
Yes.
but if, for example, there is a counter, so and you need to see in the contract or at least in the prenup what was exactly said and whether or not they can discount certain claims with one another. But let's say if there isn't a clause that exclude the possibility to not to discount claims but to settle claims with one another, then what if Kevin needs to pay her something, her directly, or give her something, then he would have the right to discount it,
Mm.
discount that amount. Um, and the thing about litigation is once you start, you can't stop. You need to stop. You either have to litigate entirely or try to reach a settlement. But once you start litigation and the costs
Amount.
ramp up, you need to finish it. Some
Mm.
people get some people become broke.
Go broke or go home.
Yeah, they go broke litigating. And the thing with litigation is that you never know exactly what you can estimate what your position is, but you're never entirely sure how the judge will rule. And oftentimes there isn't a winner or a loser. I mean, if you look at an article, the article says Kevin Costner wins battle, but that's not true. He didn't win. At least I put it like this: it depends what you mean by win, because this is a headache in itself. It's emotionally very tough. emotionally very heavy for anybody. Anyone who's ever went to court knows that it's not like it's not something that you just go to. Like you go to the DMV. It's like a real. Well, you don't really go to the DMV either, but you get my point. So it's very tough, and maybe uh, I think, or at least in my experience, it rarely happens that one party gets everything that he or she wants and is happy with it. Because even though you can be the judge might rule that you're right, that feeling of injustice or that feeling of wrongdoing will not go away with a verdict. And that's the situation now. So Christine needs to keep going because she's probably making a what's it called, a cost analysis, the cost, what's it called,
What's the loss?
Co- cost and loss.
I don't know what you're trying to say.
um
She's analyzing whether she will lose too
no,
much,
she's no,
go back. Is she too deep? You're trying to say too deep
no,
in.
no, let me put it in the.
While you're looking for that, another thing that's also being discussed right now is whether she has a boyfriend. And according to Christine herself, that's been discussed in the lawsuit. She said she's not. She denies dating Kevin Costner's friend Josh Connor, even though they were seen together in Hawaii
Walking on a beach.
walking on a beach. These are pictures. We take a look at the previous um,
Show.
shows we created on this. I mean, this is going to be still a battle because this is not the end. She will continue to battle. RJ, you found ready what you were looking for?
No, I didn't. But what I mean to say is that, so I can formulate it. It's basically what he's doing is right now he or she's doing is calculating the situation that she's in right now, uh, and she's thinking to herself, okay, for example, I'm 800k in cost benefit analysis, as I want to say. I'm 800k in. How much do I have it? No. How much will it cost to keep litigating, to try to challenge this? Huh. 200k. Is there a difference for me between 800k and a million? No. So I might as well litigate because I'm already deep in.
The crazy thing is that apparently 800 is only Kevin Costner's part.
Mm.
Uh, According to these articles, I'm not sure. I mean, these articles are sometimes not correct.
Yeah.
Far from it, it's already 1.5 million in total.
In total. Wow.
In total.
Yeah, well, if she doesn't have 1.5 million, she's not gonna have 3 million either. So again, what's the point? And she would need to look at her fees. If Kevin's is 800, and that would mean that hers is 700. It's more or less 50. It's more or less 1 to 1. I mean, if you keep going, you keep going. But yeah, what's the that's the whole point. What do I stand to lose if I'm already
She can
800?
only win. That's what you're trying to say. Is she betting? Is she betting that Kevin
Even if
will eat?
so, even if she loses, she'll factually be in the same situation because she can't pay a million, for example, and she can't pay 10 million
Mm,
either. So she'll if I it's not that she only stands to win, or she has nothing to lose. Actually, it's a better way to formulate it. She has things to lose, but what will she actually use? If there isn't a difference between a million and 10 million, then you can keep going.
can keep going. One thing that was also said during that hearing I want my kids to keep flying private. I mean, the luxury lifestyle. According to these articles, go crazy, man. You know, one of these articles said, the one from Huffington Post. Hold your horses, guys. These headlines go crazy. Check this one out. Kevin Costner's wife argues in divorce hearing that luxurious lifestyle is in kids' DNA.
They have a special
So
strength.
this is crazy, yo.
They have a special strand of DNA.
It's not XY, it's not XX.
It's
It's
dollar sign. It's dollar sign.
extra luxury.
It's dollar sign.
Hey man, it's crazy and it's a shame. I mean, these kids are seeing the parents battle, the animosity towards each other, and this will scar them.
Yeah, it will.
It
It
will.
will. Yeah, and of course, but especially because they are, it's a public divorce. Everyone's talking about it. They might probably receive comments about it. That's in school. So, yeah, it's not ideal. And in my opinion, it's due to greediness, because from the moment that, I mean, at the beginning of the relationship of the marriage, they had a prenup. In the prenup, they agreed what will happen in the case of a divorce. A divorce happened. The one that did not comply with the stipulations is the woman, and who suffered, who is suffering and is still who suffered and is still suffering more, the kids. If you didn't agree with the content of the prenup, you should have changed it before you got married. Possibly you wouldn't have gotten married in that case, but obviously it wasn't a hard no for you. It wasn't a non-negotiable for you because you signed it at the end of the day. Now, what the last couple of months has shown is that not complying with the stipulations of the
Yeah.
prenup is costly. In this case, especially for the woman who would need to compensate the lawyer of Kevin as well. So if she decides to keep going, this will affect the kids more and more. And after that, the kids, she can kiss private jets goodbye. She might need to, she would barely be able to fly with Tom Brady on Delta. It's got,
She's got
when I heard that news, KR, the
hey,
Tom Brady partnering with
hey,
Delta, I was like,
Tom
okay,
Brady's partnering with everyone.
yeah,
He's on that bad chase
yeah,
right now.
that
He
that
has
check
a
that check money,
he has Delta. He bought himself shares in a soccer club in England.
hmm
He has a speedboat race team in the speedboat competition. The man has bought Raiders shares.
mm,
He's doubling down. He's spreading the love all over the place,
yeah.
making sure
Well,
the investment make sense because the
yeah,
previous investment weren't didn't make sense.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
He bet
Well,
it. He bet it on a guy who has, and we're now 110 into this show. Thus, I can say he was betting on guys who were having orgies with his money,
yeah,
paying hotels and
yeah. So it was
no HR in sight at
yeah.
FTX.
Well, now Tom is his latest partnership is with Delta, and Christine Baumgartner will be, if she keeps going the way she's going, she'd be happy. She'd need to be happy if she can book a Delta ticket,
Yep.
because she's only causing herself and the kids more financial damage.
Well, probably she'll find herself flying JetBlue. Or Frontier. Or where she go? Wait a second. Where she go? The ultimate Spirit Airlines. With all the well, she would probably consider the people flying Spirit lowlifes. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, I think she'll probably. Well, yeah, maybe. She might still be able to fly. She might still be able to fly in small planes though. More the non-commercial planes.
Anyway, guys, don't forget to let us know in the comments who so wait a second, not who won. Did Kevin Costner win, or will his ex-wife or his estranged wife make a comeback in this lawsuit in the family court?
Yes, guys, let us know. Let us know, and of course, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Share the video with your friends, your families, and your enemies as well. Don't forget to check us out on our socials at Double Touch Show on Facebook and Instagram, and comment, especially answer the questions because we're curious to know what your thoughts are. Remember, if you have any topics that you would like for us to discuss, let us know as well because we might consider it. We're still a small channel, so we read the comments, and until
Respond.
now, you can have an influence on what we will discuss here on this channel. With that being said, it's been a pleasure to serve you once more, and we'll see each other in the next one. Until next time, peace.